2010, I was here at the Belcher Center at Feminar. Lisa Turkhurst was going to share her testimony. I remember directly behind me are the seats I sat in. I remember her saying that it was God's divine appointment we were here, and that spoke to me. I knew she was talking to me. She started sharing her testimony about abortion, and I remember I just immediately started crying. I just remember thinking, if God can use her, He can use me. But I had committed this, what I thought was the most unforgivable sin. 2001 was a different year. I had left my hometown, got a divorce. It was the year I held my first job. I lost my job. I had introduced myself to a club life. I started dating the man who is now my husband, and we had dated for several months, and I found out I was pregnant in December of 2001. He had 3 children, I had 3 children, and we did not think that bringing a child into a situation where we had only been dating for 3 or 4 months was the best thing. Within a week, I had my first abortion. It's different than anything you suspect. There's no compassion. There's just one lady after another going into this room and aborting their child. And I remember laying on that table, and I remember looking at the clock, and I just felt like I was in a slaughterhouse. I left there, and I said I'd never talk about it again. Within just a few months, I was pregnant again. And this time, I made a decision. I wasn't going to tell anybody. I didn't want to go back through the pain, so I took the easy way out and I was put to sleep. But I made a plea before God, please don't let me die, and I won't ever do this again. And I don't remember anything. I woke up and it was over. So I left, and this is it. 2002, I was pregnant again, and I remember that plea I made. I could not have an abortion. So I remember taking my Bible, and I went into the bathroom, and I just remember pleading for God to talk to me. Why was I pregnant? Why was I going to have a baby? Why was He choosing me? Because I knew life was a gift. And I remember opening it up to Psalms 139, and in there it talks about before you were born, God saw you, He formed you. He was there in that secret place when you were made. And I knew God had given me that child for a reason. Ray before we were married, Ray got saved, and that didn't stop the guilt. Being saved didn't stop the hurt and the guilt and the shame that I felt, or that he felt. We were always afraid that our punishment would be Madison would be taken away from us. And I thought that I would have to live with that for the rest of my life. And that was something that Lisa shared, that she had that same fear. So 6 months went by after Feminar, and God just began to stir that in my heart that I needed to do something. And He had shown me that there were women that loved God that still had committed a sin. I mean, it didn't matter what sin it was. So he took the Bible study and he laid into a friend's hand of surrendering the secret. And I went through that Bible study, and I'm now a certified teacher of that study. I'm a part of CARE, which is Christ-Centered Abortion Recovery of East Texas. And he has taken the shame and the guilt, that I don't feel guilty anymore. I feel like that God's covered that with grace. I don't feel afraid that he's going to take my daughter. That I know that's a gift.